It is a brand new month. It is Monday, 2nd of June. Good morning and welcome to THG Network. My name is Mervin, Hanley, and hope that you had a blessed and peaceful weekend. Today's broadcast is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Maarten, with 3 locations on that island, in Cole Bay, at the St. Martin's Medical Center, and on the Puntville. If this is your first time here with us, we always ask our first-time viewers and listeners to please subscribe to our YouTube's channel so that you do not miss any news and information. And of course, we know that yesterday began the hurricane season, June 1st, and so we will be here with weather updates for you as we have been over the years. So you'd want to subscribe to this YouTube's channel so that you do not miss all the updates. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to have the news today. However, yesterday we witnessed the convention hosted by the People's Action Movement of St. Kitts. And let me tell you, that convention was packed with energy, vision, and fire. We saw the official announcement and introduction of 2 candidates there for the People's Action Movement. And we also heard a bold, focused speech from the party leader, that Mrs. Natasha Shani Gray Brooks, that laid out where the People's Action Movement is headed or heading. But there was one moment I knew I had to bring straight to you today. So today on this podcast, today on this channel, you're going to hear a speech that at times left the room quiet in reflection, then on its feet in applause. It came from someone many thought had stepped away from the political spotlight, and that's the former Prime Minister of St. Maarten, the Honorable Silveria Jacobs. Now, Ms. Jacobs, she has told me herself that she's done with politics. She said it with conviction, and I believe her, but I still don't believe her, right? Let me be honest with you. Because when someone like her speaks, and when the people start calling, and when you've left a mark, a positive, impactful mark, and when the people start to really call, you just don't walk away. You feel that pull, yeah? And you answer to it. And so I believe she'll answer to it, because leaders like the Honorable Silveria Jacobs, with that kind of experience, that kind of presence, that kind of purpose, they're never really done. So before I hit play here, I want you to listen closely. I hear not just what she says, but how she says it and how she delivers it and the message. So this is Silveria Jacobs, Honorable Silveria Jacobs, speaking yesterday at the convention hosted by the People's Action Movement on St. Kitts. Let's take it in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. Let's try that again. Y'all were just fired up. Don't go sleep on me now. Good afternoon, Pamites. And congratulations on the 60th year of existence of the People's Action Movement. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you today as guest speaker at your most esteemed 59 convention today in 2025. Under the leadership of the indomitable force of Mrs. Natasha Shani Gray Brooks, the first female political leader in St. Kitts. This kickoff of a well-deserved journey back to continue the visionary leadership and actions required to effectively serve the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. 60 years of hard work, resilience, tenacity, and vision. 60 years of leadership, which has led to lasting legacy of the People's Action Movement. So, may I call her Shani? Initially it was Madam Gray. But since having met this lady, first over the telephone and then in person, and receiving the hospitality of the People's Action Movement since my arrival on Friday, I must say that you are poised for greatness under her leadership. After hearing all the speakers and realizing that women were in very small supply in the political arena here in St. Kitts, I understood why I was invited. Because I'm no longer the Prime Minister. And I resigned as the leader. So I was like, okay, public speaking is my thing, but I'm not political. I'm doing my best, actually, not to be political. But I feel I have something to share. Something to share to empower you, the People's Action Movement, and even more so, your leader, Shani. In doing my research, a literary review, as well as an in-depth or several in-depth conversations and candid, I don't know, pong mele we call it. I don't know how you call it over here. With past, present, and future leadership of the movement, I can truly say that PAM has indeed been creating legacy, long-lasting and enduring impact in its service to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and it is poised and ready and committed to get to the action to be able to continue to do so. Because I was asked to speak on legacy and leadership, resilient and ready. Is that what we are at PAM today? Yeah. And moving forward, despite the ups and downs, the periods of service in government, as well as that in opposition, as you now find yourselves today, periods in history when you came out on top, and times when the battle was lost, times when you sought unity with others and worked in the interests of the people, PAM has shown itself to be resilient and always ready. You have been here before, right? And so in this regard, you must believe in your own ability to bounce back from this latest setback. And if PAM, the People's Action Movement, is truly a party of believers, I see some of the people I saw in church this morning, which is clear also because this event was kicked off with praise and worship to the Almighty and by a prayer. And I know for sure you read, have read, and understand the good book. Then I'm sure you also understand that even then there were times when God allowed setbacks. The delay of the Israelites on their journey to freedom, Joseph being sold into slavery by his own brothers, and even sending his own son Jesus Christ to earth to die, to sacrifice for all of us. Imagine sending your son to die, then raising him from the dead, and knowing that he reigns even now. Our God is strategic. Our God allows trials and tribulations and periods of waiting. And so that is where you are now, in order to raise up new leaders, in order to build up his believers and followers and set them up, preparing them for the comeback beyond what you could even imagine. The People's Action Movement, as far as I've experienced it, epitomizes what has been chosen for today's theme: legacy and leadership, resilient and ready. What is legacy? What is leadership? Can we have one without the other? In my review, I found this online. A leader's actions and character. Let me repeat that part. A leader's actions and character create a lasting impact, legacy. Shaping not just an organization, PAM, or a team, but also influencing the future. Effective leaders aim to inspire, say it for me. They aim to empower and leave a positive mark on those they serve. I wholeheartedly agree with this. Do you? And is PAM equipped with such a leader? All right. So, to even say it simpler, it is the actions of a person or a group and who that person is. Who is Shani? Who is she? Who? And the principle that that person represents or that group represents, which leaves a lasting positive impact on those who work with and for them and for those they work for. As a former Prime Minister and Member of Parliament who started from the bottom, growing up in a single-parent household like several of your candidates before me, seeing my mother struggle, work several jobs to sustain her family, and learning at her feet the importance of education, creating a work ethic of striving for excellence and pushing myself beyond what I saw in my community. Pushing myself to the visions I created from reading, which was my first love. Every experience in my humble beginnings, from the small two-room house, the long days and nights going to school, taking and teaching dance classes, participating in sports, coaches, dance teachers, participating in church and community activities, positively impacted my life. All of my caring teachers, coaches, dance teachers, church leaders inspired me, along with my mother, of course, to work hard, inspired me to serve my community, empowered me to be my best self. And this work ethic, this attitude, this who I am showed up, as the introduction said, from the classroom to the floors of Parliament. Started from the bottom, now we here. I ain't got no music, but I know a couple tunes. Many of us, as was said before, the most authentic leaders are the ones that work their way up. The ones that weren't handed everything on a silver platter. And I am living proof, and Shani is living proof of what is possible. And hopefully my experiences, good and bad, can add something meaningful to your 59 convention and inspire you to take actions. Not just relying on Shani, but taking actions together with Team PAM. Authentic leadership, wherever you are right now, wherever you are, you don't have to be at the top of your organization to lead. Will determine whether or not you can connect with those who you chose to serve and enjoy some level of positive impact in their lives. Classrooms, you're dealing with children. Moving on to service of the people is a whole other kettle of fish. We're dealing with adults. And at the end of the day, give me children any day. However, to be impactful at that level, which I hungered for, when I experienced what I did as a teacher, saw the shortfalls, I wanted to make the policies, and I did. I can say I did that. I took us from one spot to the next, so I now can speak of legacy. From that to the Council of Ministers, and then on to the General Assembly of the United Nations, 37 square miles represented in a hall with over 100 or more nationalities on that stage, and capturing the attention of those people made me realize that you can do more than you can even imagine and be impactful, not only for your people here on St. Kitts and Nevis, but infinitely to the edges of the world. Your character, your passion for service, and your dedication to do what you are called to do is what will make the difference for St. Kitts and Nevis. How do you treat people? Is it only election time? Well, I see y'all got 2 years out and you're going, so not only election time, right? How you make them feel from right where you are right now is creating legacy. Never underestimate that. The server in the supermarket, the person who is cashing, the person who is serving your meal in the restaurant, who cleans the bathroom at the school, they have legacy as well. COVID-19 taught us that. Your honesty, integrity, compassion, fairness, and open communication are key to ensuring that you make an authentic connection with the people you strive to serve. Because, as I'm hearing you speak of your current leadership in government, people can quickly see through you. Your leadership legacy is the echo of your influence and the imprint you leave on your organization, this organization. It's about the lives you touch, the culture you cultivate, and the vision you set forth. So who is PAM? What? Shani, where do you mean? Who is PAM? What legacy has PAM left already? Little bit of legacy or lot of legacy? Okay, sound like that. Say it loud and say it proud. How many lives has PAM touched? What is the culture that PAM has cultivated in governance? What vision of a progressive and prosperous nation was conceived by PAM and still thrives today? Make some noise if that's the case.
Wanna see some movement? Hands in the air. Movement, hands in the air.
I only visited St. Kitts twice before coming here. So during my tour, thanks to your incoming candidate, Deputy Leader Azad Gomes, I was able to see lasting projects, buildings, education and youth programs, housing, infrastructure, which was birthed by the diversification of your economy in the 80s and 90s, all either envisioned, executed, started, or finished by PAM. You have a lot to be proud of. You can be very proud to have been the pioneering force to bring independence to St. Kitts and Nevis and the first Prime Minister. I see the impact of your leadership during your last tenure in government as well, because you showed a willingness to collaborate, to make alliances, and put aside differences to work in the best interest of all. Leading through the most devastating time for the entire world and coming out, maybe it appears weaker, but sometimes you need the struggle to get rid of what needs to be gone. As stalwart supporters of PAM, be aware, be proud, and be vocal about the great achievements over these 60 years. How can you ensure that legacy continues to grow and impact continues to be felt across all sectors of society, in homes, in schools, in small, medium, and large businesses? It is time for you to be sure as supporters, knowing the legacy of PAM, and that each generation that comes up knows it as well. It is the good news of these lasting impacts and the names that I heard called here this afternoon that should be shared in community stories under the tree on a Saturday afternoon in each constituency. Ceremonies must be organized to celebrate them, statues to commemorate them, songs and murals to help our memories and the memories of those to come recall the tales of their greatness and the legacy that they have left. I challenge each of you, each supporter, to get involved, because it is only through the hard work on the ground, the town hall meetings, the backyard cookouts, the work on social media, yes, that too, TV, radio, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anything new come up, jump in it. You have to meet the people where they are. The short stories, the reels, the videos, and the podcasts, along with your day-to-day engagement with your people, will build back the confidence and trust that you deserve.
All right.
As a party rooted in the history as a movement, I call on the executive and the constituency executives to rally behind your leader and the candidates to mobilize from today. You must be sure to have persons within each who has the strength to bring the support to the candidate and the party. Maintain regular contact. I heard Zah talk about that. He's been doing that. But I encourage each and every candidate and everyone that gets appointed or assigned in the coming weeks, months, years, that you do so from now. Don't wait on the appointment. Have a proven track record. Don't only start to do community work when you decide you want to run. I started with some background info on myself, so you know I come from humble beginnings. But I didn't tell you about the challenges. One of my main challenges as a female leader was constantly having to prove myself. Despite the politically correct statements that are bandied about today about gender equality and the sustainable development goals aiming to ensure female representation increases to 50% at least, we are a long way off. And our culture as Caribbean people continues to play a role in discouraging our females from entering the political arena. But seeing that you, PAM, have 1 year ago made that pivotal decision to elect a new leader, and a female at that, in the person of Natasha Shani Gray Brooks, you are light years ahead of the competition. As such, you have set the bar high for the others to follow. Real change is ensuring that politics and all other organizations ensure that the voices of women and girls are heard, that policies include ways to empower them. Thank you. And from what I've gathered, it's unfortunate that most parties have had only one female candidate in the last election. But I see, when I saw the introductions earlier, that PAM's executives are also, for the most part, female. Give yourselves a big round of applause. So, under strong and compassionate female leadership, PAM must strive to improve on representation of women in leadership roles throughout your society, throughout your community. And so my next question is, I asked it earlier, who is Natasha Gray Brooks? Besides being your leader, what is the character, the person? Who is she? And from my research and from the little experience, I have learned that Shani is a woman of character. She's a mother, a wife, a lawyer, an entrepreneur, a leader. A woman who has beat the odds of teenage pregnancy and single motherhood to achieve her dream of becoming a lawyer. That is a feat in and of itself. That should be an inspiration to your nation. And I heard that she's been serving with PAM from her youth. So she's also no newbie to this field. She has a vision to rebuild PAM to its former glory and take it to the next level. And to do that, she will need your respect. Let me say that again. Shani deserves your respect, your support, and your willingness to work with her. Participatory leadership, not transactional, to achieve the greater goals of this party and this country. PAM and Shani are resilient and ready. Resilient because when women are empowered to lead, everyone benefits. Decades of studies have shown that women leaders help increase productivity, enhance collaboration, inspire organizational dedication, and improve fairness. No pun intended against males, but we have been run by a male world for far too long, and toxic masculinity has to go. We want men who will raise up women as equals. So from my learning, Shani is resilient and ready. She defines her core values. Do you know what they are? Ensure that these principles guide her decisions. She fosters a culture of empowerment. I see at least 2 new young males joining the fold on the ticket. So I look forward to the constituencies that do not have a candidate yet pushing some women. You hear me, Shani? You can't do it by yourself, trust me. As Prime Minister of St. Maarten, I had initially 3 ministers with me out of 7. 1 resigned, 2 of us in a room with 5 men. It was constant, toxic masculinity. Power, power, power. That's their first thing. We looking to solve problems, they looking to, okay. Let me hush, I gotta go back home. She invests in relationships. I can see a connection between her and her people. She leads with vision and purpose. She has clear-cut ideas of where she would like to see St. Kitts Nevis. And I pray that she gets the community to work with her to achieve these. And she embraces and drives change. Shani is a change maker. Say that for me. Shani. So for you to have the success you want at the polls, rally behind your new leader. Know and understand and support her vision for rebuilding and growth in the party. There is no time for infighting. Put it aside, or I'm going to be raw and say it because I don't live here. Leave. You either go work with her or leave, because there's a lot of work to be done and you have to fight those out there, not people in here. She has to be able to count on her executives, count on her candidates, and count on the voters, you, all of you, and all the constituencies, to support, to be loyal, and to ensure that you lead with victory in the next election. As female leaders, and I know some of you are in leadership positions, if we are assertive like a man, what I say? Y'all too aggressive. She ain't a way, don't act like a woman. If we respond with compassion, but how is she so soft, so emotional? If you're quiet, silence, it's misinterpreted as weakness. When there's a disagreement, you say something that they don't agree with, they're talking about your tone. Angry black woman. Whether you're on point with your facts or not. And they get away with it. And so I say no more. Let's see the difference right here in St. Kitts Nevis. The naysayers will seek to tear her down. Don't allow it. Stand with her. They will talk about what she wears. How many of you say something about any of what a men wear up here today? I check in. I wonder how much you done shushu. I what Shani got on. I have seen too many times women making good moves and we more focus on the hairstyle, the color, the dress, or the fact that you didn't wear a dress than on the content of her work. Please do not disrespect your leader with that. I challenge you, we as female leaders literally are damned if you do and damned if you don't, and are scrutinized and held to higher levels of accountability than any man in the same field. So I challenge you one more time. Stand with Shani. Stand with your leader as she is resilient and ready to rebuild PAM, not by herself, but together with you and with the people whom you have all pledged to serve with vision, compassion, integrity, honesty, and fairness. I'm here to inspire you as a living example of what female leadership looks like. And when we're out of the political arena, we don't stop lead. You can lead wherever you are. Never give up and continue to grow. Rally behind the PAM and Shani as she leads with vision, honesty, integrity, and a passion for service in this new era. The People Action Movement. Those three words say it all. We require action at this moment from the people to be able to move. I thank you.
What did I tell you? Honorable Silveria Jacobs, she's not done with politics. I don't think so. That was the Honorable Silveria Jacobs of St. Maarten for you, the former Prime Minister. She's not done yet. And that's our show for today, powered by Carl & Sons Bakery on the island of St. Maarten. Do join me again on Wednesday morning for a similar presentation. Well, actually, it will be news. THG News right here on THG Network. My name is Mervin Hanley. Have a blessed day further.
Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Maarten for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are two locations, Colbay and on the Punfill. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the coziest spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They are also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.